Okay, with all that's happened at the weekend, I'm going to take you through this video by Lower Lap Time, which has had 44,000 views now, with the thumbnail of Max Verstappen's Red Bull there. And how? Question mark, that clickbait thumbnail. Oh, this is intriguing. He's going to tell us how with an arrow pointed at what? Nobody knows, but we're going to find out now. We're going to find out. Now, what you also see on screen, you see it's not a mistake. Some of these things can happen by design. Funny that in life, that everything is not just random. It can be that people intended it to be that way. It's another video that some of you might be interested in. Chris Williamson, he's got God knows how many million subscribers. 2 hours 47 minutes long. And although the thumbnail says destroy negative thoughts, it's actually the content in that video that some of you will appreciate. It doesn't actually, it doesn't all relate to that title. There's some really interesting stuff in for some of you if you've not actually seen that video. No doubt the trolling comments will be to disparage you from watching that, or to undermine me by saying, "Oh, this guy's crazy," by watching that sort of thing. Okay, fine, not a problem. I'll continue in my craziness. Before I get into this, the secret techniques, because this is what this guy, here he is. Look, here he is. I don't know what the actual title is. I know like a ventriloquist is somebody that like has a hand up a puppet and like operates its mouth. They're like a ventriloquist. I don't know what the term is for a sword swallower, but this guy has got it down to a T. The secret techniques Max Verstappen used to win. So we're going to go through the secret techniques that Max Verstappen used to win the 2024 Brazilian Grand Prix. And we're going to be all then know the secret then that Max, the secret techniques that Max used, that 44,000 people now see. What I'm going to get you to do though is once you've watched this video, get yourself over to FF1. These two are absolutely incredible. Now these are only like 6.5 minutes long and 8 and a bit minutes long, and he destroys Cameron F1. Absolutely obliterates him in both of these videos. The Cock and Balls podcast, go and watch that one. And this one that says no way Cameron F1 said this about Max, I'll put links to them at the end. I'll try and remind you if I remember to go and watch them. Incredible videos. You just got to see them. Somebody that speaks the truth, somebody that speaks real. So yeah, go and watch them. Anyway, back to this. Let's go and see how did he do it? The secret techniques Max Verstappen used to win. Let's have a look what these secret techniques are. 44,000 views by Lower Lap Time. The algorithm's kicked in for him, hasn't it? Oh, the algorithm. He's saying the things that they want people to hear. So the algorithm recommends this to people's feed, because this got recommended to my feed. I mean, it should know from my taste that I don't like bullshit, but it recommended it to me.
With O2, save up to £500 on the Google Pixel 9 Pro XL. Now from
in this video.
So you got a bit of ad revenue out of that. I mean, please, I know, but my videos are monetized, so you get adverts in my videos. The purpose of me monetizing them in that way and attaching the adverts, well, I don't do them personally, but YouTube sticks the adverts on there, is to try and make money out of this, because I want to be a millionaire. No, the real reason is because I'm trying to raise the funds to take a case to court to expose these. But this is a time-consuming process, and you need to do certain things in a certain order. And what you might see in some of the comments of my videos are, take this to court already. When you're taking it to court, ignore the trolls, okay, because they're not the people that determines the course of action, okay. They don't know how to do it. They don't know what's going on, okay, and they don't know what I'm going to do, okay, but I'll inform you of that as and when. Anyway, that's not the point of this video. This point is the secret techniques that Max used to win the Brazilian Grand Prix. lower lap time with his 3.42 thousand subscribers. You're going to get a few more lower lap time courtesy of this video, because I've got plenty of strap-on fanboys that will love this. Okay, you will bring them to the point of climax with the information that you're now going to give to them. Okay, this video we're going to double click and dissect Max Verstappen's 2024 Brazilian Grand Prix. So let's have a look.
We're going to double click and dissect Max Verstappen's 2024 Brazilian Grand Prix Masterclass. In my race analysis yesterday, I went over
the masterclass. Yes, we've used the right word there. That's tick to box in the YouTube algorithm. Yeah, that means YouTube. You're saying a Max Masterclass. That means that's a good thing. YouTube will promote that, because the owners of YouTube, BlackRock, Vanguard, and all that lot, ultimately, yeah, they own the show. They want to promote Max. They want that narrative to be fed to the world. Yeah, you're doing a good job, mate. You're doing a good job.
Everyone's race and all of the mistakes and all of the strategy, but there are so many talking points and so many things that Max Verstappen has executed to perfection yesterday at the Brazilian Grand Prix, having started P17. I want to go through all of those techniques in this video with you, so if you're interested in what these are, definitely keep watching.
So, right, this video, he is going to go through all of the techniques. Okay, we're going to learn the techniques in this video that Max, with his superpowers, use these techniques for that masterclass of a drive. Okay, this guy is going to tell you. Okay, he's got the credentials. He's going to tell you his credentials for being able to tell you all these techniques. There you go. Make sure you subscribe. Click the bell as well to get notified of his future videos. Go and subscribe to Lower Lap Time if you like this sort of shit.
Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Martin and I'm a specialist technical coach and mentor for open formula drivers.
See, there's his credentials. He's a specialist technical coach and mentor for open formula drivers. Oh, you've got to listen to this lad. This lad knows what he's talking about. Oh, and he's got his helmet in the background. There he is. Polishes that frequently. Oh, and he's got his trophies as well. This is proof he's a real motor racing fan. He's probably got one of them chairs and everything. That usually they've got a few toys in the background of model cars. That proves that they're real motor racing fans, or maybe a bit of art. But you know, this makes him a real podcaster, somebody that's knowledgeable about Formula 1. He's told you that he's a coach, that he's a technical mastermind of open wheel racing. So he's going to tell you all the secret technical tactics that Max uses in this video. And he's going to put this video out to highlight you to us the excellence.
I wanted to put this video out to highlight to you the excellence of Max Verstappen.
Oh, these kids, oh, they're going to love this, mate. They're going to love this. You're doing a great job. Oh, the algorithm's working really well.
2024 Brazilian Grand Prix and the work that he had to do to get that car from P17 to P1 in one piece and then completely destroy the field thereafter.
Yeah, he got there in one piece and destroyed the field after. He's going to start by saying he got from P17 to P15 by doing nothing, okay? Because two of the cars just weren't there. So, yeah, he's going to start by saying that. Let's have a look.
Let's set the table and add a little bit of context to going into this weekend. So firstly, Max is coming off the Mexico weekend where he got slapped with 2 10-second penalties.
Yep. Why did he get slapped with 2 10-second penalties? Well, he drove Lando Norris off the track, so that's one. Yep. And the second one, he not only drove Lando Norris off the track, he drove himself off the track in a blatant attempt to take the other driver out of the race. That is disgusting. That should be a black flag. Yeah? So are we going to tell that to people? Oh, that won't work on the algorithm, will it?
And a net loss in the championship lead. Now,
a net loss in the championship lead. What did it do? By not black flagging him, oh, he still got points. Oh, by actually gaining the position on Lando. Lando was in second position in Mexico. Lando was in second. Max drove him off the track. Charles Leclerc went through. Max stayed in third. Lando dropped from second to fourth. Max then stayed in front of him for God knows how many laps, dropping Lando from being 0.8 of a second behind the race leader to about 12.5 seconds behind the race leader by the time Max eventually decided to get out of the way and serve that meagre 20-second penalty, ruining Lando Norris's race. Ruining Lando's ability to challenge for first in that race and get the full 25 points. Oh, but it's a net loss to Max, is it? He's had that negative impact on everybody else. Well, but it's a net loss to Max, everybody.
Now, any human is going to be thinking, is what I did correct? Should I have done things a little bit different?
No, not Max Verstappen. He doesn't have that ability to self-evaluate, self-reflect, and take responsibility for when he's doing something wrong. He never has. We've witnessed this throughout his career. It's always somebody else's fault. He's always the victim. He can perpetrate the disgusting conduct in the sport of Formula One that he does, and he won't get punished for it. It's a strange dynamic, isn't it? But we'd all go away and think whether we're doing this right, wouldn't we? Colin here in the video.
I lost points, and there may be the potential for that self-doubt and self-spiral.
That self-doubt. Let's paint the picture of what's going through Max's mind. Max is coming into this event as the underdog, as the one that is questioning himself. Am I doing this wrong by just trying to run other people off the track? Well, he's not thought of that since 2021 when he used to do it. And in between then and now, well, 2022, he'd got a car that just blitzed past every car, didn't need to. 2023, just got a car that blitzed past everybody else, didn't need to. 2024 started. We just got a car that blitzed past everybody else, didn't need to. And the moment he didn't have that car, he started doing it again. Has Max questioned himself? Nope. No, he hasn't, has he? Evidently not. Evidently not. Puts Sainz off at the first corner in Mexico. Puts Lando off at the first corner in Mexico. The incident later in the race in Mexico, in the USA. I think I said Lando off at the first corner in Mexico as well. Lando off at the first corner in the USA. The incident later in the USA where, once again, Max Verstappen drives Lando Norris off the track. The sport presents it as Max being the car that was ahead when Lando was clearly ahead going into that corner. And Lando has gained a place, so we'll give Lando the penalty here. Just a 5-second penalty, because it appears that he was pushed off the track, but we're not going to penalise the guy that pushed him off the track. Drove out of control. Drove in a dangerous manner. Took back third position in that race by driving somebody that was ahead of him off the track. Penalised Lando Norris. What was the points turnaround there? That was a net gain for Verstappen there, wasn't it? When really, Verstappen should have been hit with the penalty. Lando should have been third in that race. Verstappen, with a penalty, drops into fifth behind Piastri. But no, that's not how it works, is it? Max gets third. Lando demoted to fourth. But Colin here, he'll tell us. Colin the sword swallower, here he is.
Negative spiral there, but not Max Verstappen. He doubles down, he reassures, he affirms. He comes into this weekend by saying,
Yes, you're making them firm now.
I'm a 3-time world champion. I know
I'm a 3-time world champion. None of them legitimate, and neither will this one be.
exactly what I'm doing. And it's that self-belief.
Yeah, you do know exactly what you do. You've got the trophies to prove it.
And self-confidence that helped Max win his first world championship, and he comes into the Brazilian Grand Prix 2024 with not a single leaf of self-doubt present.
This is incredible characteristics from Max Verstappen. Not a single leaf of self-doubt.
Absolutely certain in his ability and the car's ability as well.
Well, he's got absolute certainty in the car's ability. So here's the first thing. Max now, despite not having any certainty in the car's ability for how long now? Every Grand Prix since he's had his asymmetric braking device removed, or his ability to alter the ride height of that car from his little lever inside the cockpit that he, likes playing with his little lever inside the cockpit. Since he's had them taken away, effectively he's had his stabilisers removed from his car. Max hasn't had that certainty in the handling of his car, has he? But now he's got it back. Incredible. You couldn't make it up. Max also, luckily, he's had his engine changed, just like Lewis Hamilton had his engine changed for the 2021 Brazilian Grand Prix. Max has also had a super engine fitted to make him faster than everybody else. But that's not part of the don't you worry about that. That's not part of the masterclass. Don't you worry about that. Don't worry. Don't nobody say that Max has had a new engine fitted and it could be a super engine, just like Lewis Hamilton's nitrous engine, that rocket ship engine that he had fitted for 2021. Max's isn't. No, Max hasn't got one of them.
For more context, he hasn't had the fastest car in this part of the season.
Yeah, Max has got the slower car. Max has got the slowest car.
That belongs to McLaren and Lando Norris. Not to mention,
Yeah. But in Brazil, it's a miraculous turnaround, isn't it? With all that development time they've had since the USA and Mexico, and now they're doing part 3 of the American triple header. They've managed to get all that development time to make it perfect again, or reinstall the cheat devices. Who knows? Let me know what you think in the comment section. Don't argue with the trolls. Look at my Matrix video. Don't entertain those fools.
they bring a new rear wing to this weekend as well. So what happens?
Oh, McLaren have bought the new rear wing. See, McLaren are the ones with the upgrades, not Red Bull. Not Red Bull. Red Bull, I've got the 5th fastest, the 6th fastest, the 10th fastest car on the grid. This is what makes Red Bull so incredible. They're the shittest car on the grid, and Supermax can still take that car to victory. Yeah. It's the others with the upgrades.
Happens, McLaren take a 1-2 in the sprint and give Lando Norris maximum points against Max Verstappen. He had to earn his P4 in that sprint race.
Yeah, Max had to earn his P4. He got a penalty for cheating again. Yeah, doing what you're not allowed to do. He had to earn his P4. Lando didn't have to earn his finishing position or whatever like that. No, they did employ team orders. They did. Let's acknowledge that. But no, they weren't earning it. It was Max having to earn his position.
Race, and McLaren just seems to have the upper hand. So again, that's adding.
And they didn't have to earn it because they just had the faster car. Okay, that's fine.
More pressure to Max Verstappen coming.
Even more pressure. Look how bad this is for Max. Max is so good because he's got all this adversity against him.
Into this weekend, he's looking at his championship thinking, are they going to take more points off me again? What do I need to do to hang on and bring?
Are they going to take more points off of me again? Who's going to take them off you, Max? Is it them pesky stewards again going to give you a penalty for you driving your car at other cars again? Just a 10-second penalty rather than a black flag. Are they going to take more points off of me again, the victim, Max? Oh, this lad will get into it soon. You know, we'll get there with his technical expertise, exposing the secrets soon. We'll expose the secrets in a minute.
This championship home. And qualifying the morning before the race, he's just behind Lance Stroll, who stacks it into the wall, and he gets a double waved yellow on his flying lap. That double waved yellow then becomes a red flag on the second lap. Max doesn't get the opportunity to put in his lap time, so he qualifies P12.
Absolutely right. Now, I've already done a video about this. This is contrivance from the FIA. The FIA enabled some drivers to complete their qualifying laps and therefore move up the grid. Okay, after Lance Stroll had stacked it into the wall, the FIA enabled some drivers who were on their fast lap to continue on that lap and to set a time that elevated them up into the top 10 to take part in Q3. Now, Max was hindered on his lap by the fact that he was behind Lance Stroll. He was therefore had to lift as he went through that first sector, which was probably already enough to harm his lap time, meaning that he was probably not going to make an improvement. But rather than allow him to complete that lap, they red flagged it, and that isn't right. That in itself is a manipulation by the governing body. However, with that being said, this isn't the first time that we have witnessed drivers being knocked out of qualifying due to not being able to set a fast lap due to another incident taking place. This is a known dynamic in the sport whereby qualifying gets neutralised or red flagged, or stopped, session ended, with drivers not being able to get out on track and set their best lap time because that's been harmed by what another driver has done. And sometimes you've got to take the rough with the smooth in that. We've seen that plenty of times this season. And this is one of the things I say, where when Mercedes have a strategy of when there's 18 minutes, for example, or 15 minutes of a window where you can get your car on track to try and set some fast lap times, and they sit in the pit, sit in their garage for 6 of those minutes before sending somebody out on track, wasting some of that potential time. And then when they do go out on track, they don't put in a fast lap on their first attempt, increasing the jeopardy, increasing the pressure on their driver. And then if something then happens where somebody goes off the track and then, your fast lap is cancelled now, you're stuffed. Well, ultimately, you have not given yourself the best chance, have you? Your team hasn't given you the best chance. This is something that we have observed for a period of time. And if you still apply your strategy in a manner whereby you're not going to utilise all the time available to you, well, partially you've only got yourself to blame for that. Anyway, I'm going to carry on with this, lads, exposing the secrets. Here we go.
And the final standings. And then to make matters worse, he's got a 5-place grid penalty drop, so he will start the race from P17.
So why has he got the 5-second grid penalty drop? Is that because he's had the super engine fitted? You know, this one with nitrous, the illegal engine, because we all know that he's got the cheat engine in there now, like just like Lewis Hamilton's cheat engine back in 2021. You know, that's what Lewis Hamilton had. Lewis Hamilton had the cheat engine that we all know was the cheat engine back in 2021, lads. That's what we all believe, isn't it? We all believe that Lewis Hamilton got the cheat engine back then. Has Max got the cheat engine now? What's different? 4 races to go. Has Max now got the cheat engine fitted in the same way that Lewis Hamilton got the cheat engine fitted back in 2020? Was Lewis Hamilton cheating there and Max isn't cheating now? Or are they both cheating? Or was neither cheating? Let me know what you think in the comment section. Or does nobody know? Is it just what you want to project? Anyway, Colin here, the expert, has told us why he got the 5-second penalty.
All the while, that red-hot McLaren with its new rear wing, driven beautifully by Lando Norris, is starting P.
That red-hot McLaren's out the front and poor old Max is in 17th. Yeah? Oh, that red-hot McLaren and poor Max with the cheat engine. That's not the cheat engine.
P1. So I just wanted to set the table for you guys. This is massive adversity settings.
Massive adversity settings. That's it, lads. You get on your Super Mario Kart, you know, your favourite racing computer game for your real racing fans, and set massive adversity settings and see if you can win from there. And then you too will be putting on a masterclass.
But the key and crucial point about all this is that champions find a way. They always.
That's right. The real champions, they find a way. And this was where Max demonstrated his absolute genius.
Find a way. They find a way when it's not convenient for them.
It wasn't convenient for Max to find a way. No, Max would have rather been playing golf instead. It wasn't convenient for Max to have to find a way here.
They find a way when the odds are stacked against them. They find a way when their back is against the wall, and they blast through with technical excellence.
Oh, with technical, and you're gonna expose that technical excellence, the secrets of those technical excellence. I mean, you've got the trophies to prove that you know all about that, haven't you? So let's find out. Let's have a look.
And mental precision.
And the mental precision. Oh, it sounds good. This is making Max sound incredible. I can't wait to hear what the secrets are. 3 minutes in.
Let's talk about the first piece of technical excellence.
We're finally there. Let's talk about the first piece of technical Max Verstappen.
By Max Verstappen, the start. I'm not talking about
the technical excellence of Max's start. Okay, let's have a look. The technical excellence.
At turn 1, I'm not talking about turn 3 yet. The actual physical start. How do you get the car?
How do you get the car moving? Well, you you select the gear, you depress the clutch, you select the gear, you find the bike put, and then when them lights go off and you can start, you release the clutch and feed in the revs, and you start moving, mate. Technical excellence, something like that. Yeah, let's have a listen.
Off the line in the wet and start to take position straight away. Max gets a beautiful launch and straight away he's into Ollie Behrman and has to put some steering load into the car, and he goes around Ollie Behrman before he's even shifted his first gear.
Oh, the technical excellence. Okay, the technical excellence of that. Okay, who are you up against? Ollie Behrman. Okay, could go on to be a decent driver, could have a decent career. What was this? His third race in Formula One. Young lad, new to the sport. Okay, in terms of Formula One, has a lot of motor racing experience, but not in a Formula One car. Won't have had that much experience in driving a Formula One car in wet conditions. Would have probably been tentative in trying to feel for grip, not wanting to wheel spin, not want to lose too much, so therefore being extremely tentative off the line. Not want to put too much revs in that you're going to spin your back end out and make an arsehole out yourself on the grid. Oh, but you're up against Max, and Max managed to pass him with technical excellence. Well, just having a bit of experience in just gliding past somebody that's making a slow start. There's your first bit of technical. That's one of your technical secrets for Max. Well, great technical secret there. Thank you for that.
That's the level of timing that Max has reacted to.
Oh, Max has got the timing to be able to release his clutch and press the accelerator to make that car move from stationary to be able to make it move. And he can do that in the wet. That is the technical excellence of Max Verstappen. Fucking hell. Strap back. This lad's good.
The lights with the correct revs, with the correct
So he can react to the lights with the correct revs and the
tire
correct
temperature.
And Max has set the tyre temperature as well. He's done really well at reacting with the correct tyre temperature. He's selected using that device in the car the correct tyre temperature. He's managed to select that. That's one of the secrets. And introduction, correct clutch release, all of these things. Oh, this is the secret.
Correct throttle introduction, correct clutch release, all of these things that feed into a beautiful start. He's in second gear.
Okay, now this Max Verstappen is incredible, isn't he? This lad.
Everything just beautiful, and he takes his first.
Beautiful, beautiful. Simply lovely. Some of you lads will like to hear that one. Simply lovely for you. You'll like that.
First and second culprit, Ollie Behrman, who's P15 in front of him.
Okay, was he P15 in front of him? Now, we're looking at what assigned grid position. Okay, Max was in the assigned grid position of 17. Reality, Lance Stroll didn't take that grid for that start because he went off on the formation note. Reality, Alex Albon didn't take that grid, did he? So reality is Max started as the 15th competitor. 15th. Ollie Behrman, therefore, 14. Yeah? Well, that's even if I've got the grid right. I don't really care. I'm just going through this video. I'm not going to go through the starting grid.
And has to go around, despite putting that steering load into the car, which ordinarily would mean that you get a bit of a slide or maybe a bad start. He continues the forward momentum, and then he starts attacking around the outside into turn one.
Oh, that's it. That's incredible, isn't it? Who would have thought Max would be attacking? Nobody else had thought of that.
So turn one settings, he takes a few more cars around.
Turn one settings. Yeah, this is another upgrade on your Mario Kart, lads. Turn one settings.
On the outside, and then turn three, like we've seen in 2016, there's some more grip just around the outside of turn.
Oh, there's more grip just around the outside of turn 3, just as we saw in 2016. That grip that you saw in 2016, it might not be the same now. Why? Because the track's been resurfaced, as they told us. Are they driving the same spec of car that they drove in 2016? No! But as we saw in 2016, the grip there was amazing, and Max used that grip. This is the technical expert here that claims that that's what he does for a living. Incredible, incredible. Let's see what really was going on. Well, let's think what was really going on. Cars were being tentative. Okay, they went around the first couple of bends, and those cars converged into a tight space, and they were all kind of tripping over each other the way that they do as a Grand Prix starts. And therefore, you're held up by the car that's in front of you. And if you are kind of boxed in, there's not a lot that you can do other than follow your leader. Okay, but with Max taking that line that he did going around the outside on that side of the track, meant that all these cars that were kind of following the leader one behind the other, Max was in an area of the track at that point where he's like, well, they're all queued up one behind the other, or two abreast behind the other, and nobody can really do much, and I'm here and I'll just go around the outside. Incredible. Is that technically excellent, or is that driving because you can in a part of the track that is free and just carrying a bit more speed? And your car capable of carrying a bit more speed without losing it, not a problem. Nothing too technical about that. It's just the other drivers are going bloody slow. Why are they going slow? Because some of them are inexperienced and trying to feel themselves into a Grand Prix. Is that technical excellence from Max? Or those that actually could have carried more speed, were they prevented from carrying more speed because they were actually boxed in due to the side of the grid that they started on, or due to how the other cars moved around them, and therefore they found themselves crowded by other cars and trying to do erratic maneuvers to try and free yourself that in those conditions is dangerous, and you're going to cause an accident. So you've just got to wait certain things out. But not Max. Max positioned himself so that when he got around there, it kind of opened up. Now, is that technical masterpiece or is it fortune? Bit of both. Yes, he started a bit of fortune in this. He was on the side of the track where it enabled him to do that. Decision making was, yeah, I'm going to keep on the side of the track that enables me to do that, and he took advantage of it. Well done, fine. Nothing too technical about that, though, is there? Nothing like that is far greater than the other quality drivers in that field, who either got boxed in, didn't have that at their disposal, or it just wasn't the dynamic for the way that the race unfolded for them.
Turn 3, he starts driving around the whole field. This is like a game for Max Verstappen.
He didn't start driving around the whole field. Okay, on that first lap, he gained 6 places. But that's not the whole field. Okay, he started as the 15th car. He overtook somebody off the line, and then over the course of that first lap, he must have passed 3 or 4 cars in that kind of manoeuvre as he just carried more speed around turn 3 as they were all tiptoeing around turn 3, feeling for grip at the start of the race. Effectively, their speed was dictated by the car speed that was in front of them, and that was 2 cars abreast that Max went around the outside of. If you didn't have the ability to do that because you were blocked in, well, what does that display? You were blocked in.
This is like a simulator. It's like he's playing with AI on 50%. It's
like Max is on a different level. Well, he is to some. Yeah, there's some of them drivers that just aren't at that level. They don't have the confidence. They don't have the confidence in their car. They don't necessarily have the ability to some of them, but some do. And they didn't find themselves in those conditions. Some of them were already out the front. They didn't need to do that. They didn't have to contend with this train of cars that were all converging because they were free of that and off they went. But as you went further down the field and all these cars bunch up, and then you're finding yourself in this bunch of cars, and Max just kept wide on the right hand side and stayed around the outside of them. And maybe the other drivers that could have done that weren't that good. But then so there's some drivers that didn't have that ability that wasn't an option to them.
absolutely unbelievable. So in the space
So part of his technical analysis of Max Verstappen, okay, for his secrets are that Max is like AI on 50%. Well, AI isn't that useful anyway, okay, because it's what AI is relying on human information, and if that's no good, then the artificial thing utilizing that information is not going to churn out very good stuff. Garbage in, garbage out, isn't it? So AI on 50%, well, even less effective. But that's one of the secrets. That's fine. Thank you for that. It's absolutely unbelievable. So in the space of the start, turn 1 and turn 3, what's happened?
Of the start, turn 1 and turn 3, he's already made up 6 positions on the opening.
Incredible. Incredible. Okay, there's the secret. What's the secret? What are these secret techniques you were going to tell us about? Oh, he managed to start his car and get his car moving. Okay, thanks for that. Yeah, they all did. Max managed to do it better than Ollie Behrman. Okay, well done, Max. You've driven for how many seasons, Max? And Ollie's on his third race, being a bit tentative. So, oh, that was an incredible start. Well done there, Max. And then going around turn 3, Max has kept over to the right hand side of the track because he started on the right hand side of the track. Yeah, stayed out there wide, kept out of trouble, and when all the other cars were going slow around turn 3, Max went, sod that for a game of toy soldiers. I'm just going to motor around the outside. Fair play for him for doing so, but it was because he could.
Lap. What a start by Max Verstappen. The next piece of technical excellence, the race.
Right, the next piece of technical excellence. Right, so we've seen the first 2 pieces of technical excellence. Right, now we're going to get the next piece.
Racecraft. He starts attacking all the drivers into turn 1. He knows there's
Technical. Oh, he started attacking them into turn 1. Oh, and he knows this from 2016. All right, okay. It's 2016 that taught him all of this. Not something that we know that at Brazil, turn 1 is an overtaking point. Turn 4 would also be a chance of an overtaking point, unless you're driving against Max Verstappen, where he'll just drive you off the road. Oh, but that's other technical excellence as well, because Max understands the rules better than everybody else, doesn't he? Yeah, it'd be one of them, won't it? So there's some grip on the inside at turn 1, and he knows that from 2016, when he was driving a different car with different aerodynamic properties, because it was a different aerodynamic philosophy back then. And he doesn't know what happened in 2021, 2022, 2023, 20. Yeah, he doesn't know about that. It's 2020, it's 2016 that Max is remembering this from. And the tracks that had all the grip then, there's now been resurfaced and has still got the same grip there. Thanks for that. This guy's a fucking expert, isn't he? He's brilliant, brilliant.
some grip on the inside of turn 1 from 2016. That's where he
Yeah, he remembers that grip from 2016.
did a lot of the damage that year in
Yeah, and he did all the damage there. He tried to do damage in 2021 as well. Did do some damage in 2022 when he just rammed into Lewis Hamilton, didn't he? Knew that he was going to hit him and just did. No penalty, nothing to see here.
2016 coming through the field, and he knew exactly where the grip would be and where he could attack, where he had to brake, how many downshifts he needed to do, where the corner was cambered into there, and how he could get up the inside. And
oh, look at all this technical excellence. He knows where the grip is. He knows where to brake. He knows how many downshifts he's got to make. He knows where the camber. Yeah, they all do, mate. The Formula One drivers. We do a few laps in that car. We'd all know how to do that. Is this you as the technical master driver that coaches open wheeled racers? Is this you displaying you? This you inform us of the secrets? Are you? I'm like, we're halfway through. I'm learning so much about these secrets.
make that his signature overtake of the
Oh, his signature overtake. Usually, Max's signature overtake is where there's a corner. Max carries straight over rather than try to make it around the corner. Max just drives across the corner to the other side of the track and off the track, right? Ensuring that the car that's on his outside can't make the turn around the track, okay? Because Max has blocked him out of the way, and if the other driver attempts to make that turn around the track, then he'll drive into Max Verstappen and there'll be a crash. That's his signature move. But now we're saying, oh, it's like turn 1 at 2016 in it. That's his signature move. Technical excellence, brilliance, secrets. It's a secret.
The race. So he starts picking them off one by one each lap, and it was 2016.
So Max starts doing this one by one each lap. Okay, so you're telling us, so he's overtaken six positions on the first lap. Okay. Started as the 15th car. So if you start as the 15th car and you get past six of them, that makes you running ninth. Yeah? And then he starts taking them one by one each lap. Okay. So who is these people that he's taken one by one each lap? Well, Lewis Hamilton will be one of them. Lewis Hamilton is in a car that is essentially pretty much undrivable. Fernando Alonso will be one of them. Fernando is a Max Verstappen fan and will wave Max Verstappen by. Two of them cars are Red Bull B team cars who will try to hold everybody up and fight like hell against everybody else. But the moment Max Verstappen emerges in the rearview mirror, they jump out of the way and wave Max through. So is this Max picking them off one by one using his incredible, magical, secret skills of attacking them into turn one? Okay. Yeah, seeing where you're going with this, mate. Incredible.
All over again. This is clinical, classic. This is vintage Max Verstappen.
Vintage, just like he did in 2016. Yeah. Okay, thanks for that.
So the overtakes, the racecraft.
Oh, the racecraft. Oh, the racecraft, everybody. Okay, right. Just trying to go as fast as you can, okay, and select the areas of the track where you can get a slipstream, get a bit of overspeed, and therefore outbrake your opponent into a corner. Or if you've got a super engine fitted, you can take advantage of the performance of that super engine by your car being faster down the straights. Yeah, and so by the time you reach that corner, you've already got alongside it and are ahead of it come the corner. Without the aid of DRS in this instance, I mean, you didn't need the aid of DRS. Your super engine was that good, you didn't even need reduced aerodynamic drag to make you faster than those around you. Unlike Lewis Hamilton with his super engine in 2021, couldn't have done it without the DRS because that engine was so super, wasn't it? Anyway, let's carry on.
Finding your moment, getting close enough to the car behind. Remember, when you're coming down that straight, you can't see anything. The car in
Absolutely right. You can't see unless you just pull out and drive past them.
front is spraying so much spray in your face.
Yes. This Max is spraying it into your face now, mate, and you're loving it.
But Max knows exactly where he's going. He has faith. He pulls out at the right time. And when he does break up the inside,
Max knows exactly where he's going, and likewise, he does know exactly where he's going because he knows exactly where he's going in the wet and exactly where he's going in the dry. Remember Mexico when he drove off the track? Remember the US Grand Prix where he drove off the track? Yeah, Max knew exactly where he was going. In those masterclasses, Max knew exactly where he's going. Is this the secret? Is this the secrets? The technical driving secrets for Max Verstappen, who knows exactly where he's going. Because if he knows where he's going in the wet, when he can't see, and you can't feel the grip, then surely you'd know where you're going in the dry when you can see and you can feel the grip. You know exactly where you're going, wouldn't you? Oh, this lad's got the trophies.
he never locks a front brake. It doesn't look.
Never locked a front brake. Oh, unlike Hungary, where it was dry and you can feel whether your wheels are locking up. Where in the wet, yeah, it takes a little bit of time. You aquaplane a little bit, and oh shit, less reaction time. Well, same reaction time, but actually, it doesn't work so well in the wet, does it? But he doesn't do it. Oh, the asymmetric braking's working again in Brazil.
Out of control. The way
He never out of control in Brazil. He was in America and he was in Mexico, but he's not in Brazil. What's changed? Oh, the super engine. Oh no, that just makes you faster. That doesn't help you control the car better. What's changed? What helps you control the car better?
He just comes out of the brake pedal and then introduces
Oh, something to do with the brake pedal. Does that help you control it better? Thank you for that. Thanks for clarifying with the secrets.
the steering together with managing the downshifts was absolutely
Oh, Max managed to manage the downshifts. Incredible, you know what I mean? Max, right, has mastered the gearbox, okay? He knows that when you go brum, okay, and the engine goes up and you use the accelerator and the engine revs go up, what you do, when you get near the top of the rev range, you change to the next gear, right? Up you go to the next one. And then when it does the same, you go up again, okay? And that means you can go faster and faster and faster. But when you get to a corner where you need to go slower and slower and slower, you need to go down that gearbox and match your speed to the right gear so you're in the right gear so that the next time you want to put your foot on the accelerator, you're in the right gear, you can go brum again and go fast again. Oh, Max has mastered that. Oh, he's incredible. He's incredible. These are the technical secrets from this lad. Thank you.
perfect. Now for one of
Perfect.
the most important pieces of technical
Now we're into the important technical excellence. Oh, this lad is like giving away the trade secrets, the insider information. Insiders. So this is probably one of Andrew Benson's insiders that knows how to drive a car. This lad does. He knows that much of how to drive a car. He coaches others as to how to drive a car with this vast technical expertise, knowledge that he's got. Incredible.
excellence, tire management.
Oh, Max's tyre management was incredible, wasn't it? Max's tyre management was, because we see this all the time from Max, that his tyres aren't shot. The tyre whisperer, yeah, we saw George Russell being the tyre whispering narrative. Max's tyre management, yeah. Max could have done 3 Grand Prix on them tyres. His tyre management was that good. Now we're into the most important piece of technical I thought you were giving us the secrets, mate. Is this Victoria's Secret? Is this your crotchless Victoria's Secret pants? Is it, mate? Ooh, lovely. Anyway, the excellent tyre management. This is where things differ in 2006. We're going with the tyre management in 2016, 9 seasons ago. We're going back 9 seasons ago to see tyre management that's this technically excellent. By the way, let's go and have a look.
This is where things differ in 2016 slightly differently. Remember, you've got
Naturally, so my mistake. They were different in 2016.
different aerodynamic regulations,
Yep, absolutely right.
totally different tires.
Yep, absolutely right. So why we mentioned 2016 then?
The track has been resurfaced.
Yep, absolutely right.
We've gone from like cars that
So you've used all that to compare everything else with 2016, but now you're saying it's different to 2016. Oh, maybe technically I just don't understand. Maybe I shouldn't worry my little head because I can't understand the technicalities of this, can I? Woo! Let's have a look.
generate most of their downforce from rear wings and front wings to now cars that generate most of their downforce from the floor and the ground effect and the diffuser. So completely different driving styles and different lines therefore.
I thought that Max was utilising his knowledge from 2016 to know the camber and the braking zone and where to downshift going into turn 1 to make his signature moves. Now you're telling me it's not all that. What is it then, mate? What is it?
And who figures it out first again?
Oh, who figures it out first? It's Max Verstappen manages to figure it out first, ahead of everybody else. Nobody else worked out what to do. Max manages it first. This is Max's technical excellence that Max figured it out first. Oh, these wank boys mate, you've nearly made them ejaculate. Keep going, nearly. We're nearly there.
Max Verstappen, he starts driving some really tight lines.
Oh, the tight lines. Oh, that's going to work for them.
Into turn 4, tight lines again into turn.
Oh, them tight lines. Oh, we don't like a baggy line. No. We don't like a sloppy line. It has to be a tight one.
6, 7, 8, 9, all of the twisty parts.
Oh, yeah, the twisty parts.
And he starts taking a lot of
It's always nice with a bit of a twist on it.
curb into the last corner in Junção and finds that therefore he can get better traction off the.
Oh, he finds he can get better traction if he drives on that white stuff that everybody else loses traction on and spins out and into the barriers. Yeah, Max can get better traction on that. Yeah, because Max is Super Max and Max is technically better than everybody else. That Max can get grip on the white lines. Oh, Max is so good, everybody. Oh, it's incredible.
The rubber out of the final
Yeah, always wear one of them, lads, okay, for your own protection. Always wear one of them. Okay, you just don't know where they've been.
corner as well. So ability to adapt.
Plus, we don't really want some of you passing your genetics on to the next generation, okay? Mankind deserves better, okay? So the best thing to do with yours is to catch it, okay, and flush it down the toilet. That's the best thing that I can advise you for yours. I know it usually goes into your sock, okay, but if you ever find yourself in that scenario, that is the best thing for you lads to do. Anyway, here we go.
Ability to problem solve, ability to
Oh, Max's ability to problem solve. What does he normally do? Give it the full send. That is Max's ability to problem solve. Drive my car there, and if their car is there, we crash. Max's ability to problem solve. This lad, oh, it's a great description of Max's ability to problem solve. Play.
leverage the information from 2016 and then
Oh, it's the information that Max got from 2016, even though, as you've said, he's leveraged that information from 2016, even though the cars are different, the aerodynamic principles are different, the track's different, the tyres are different, but he still managed to leverage that to work it out first, thank you, from 2016, 9 years ago. This lad is brilliant, isn't he? Right, find him on LinkedIn. Right, find him on LinkedIn and go and get yourself some driving lessons from him. If those of you that aspire to open wheel racing,
then apply that to a completely new challenge in 2024. Guys, I can't begin to explain to you what a job Max Verstappen
yeah, that's it. Take some shit that's completely irrelevant and apply it to 2024. You can't explain how brilliant that is.
has done to understand these conditions and solve for that problem in real time before our eyes. Race
Oh, Max is like AI at 50%. He was able to do that all before our eyes. Incredible. You couldn't make it up.
strategy is the next piece of technical excellence.
Max's race strategy is the next piece of technical. I'm getting overloaded with all this technical excellence and all these secrets as to how he did it. I saw that thumbnail that was saying how, and the title description. What was the title description? I've forgotten again now. The title: the secret techniques. The secret techniques Max used to win the 2024 Brazilian Grand Prix. These techniques that date back to 2016. Oh, this lad is brilliant, isn't he? He's brilliant. You can see why he's got all them subscribers. He'll get double the subscribers now after this video, no doubt, and he'll soon be overtaking us all. He'll soon be over 40,000 subscribers. He's complying with the narrative. Yes, he's sucking in the right direction. Is this lad?
From Max Verstappen in the 2024 Brazilian Grand Prix because he'd done such a good job managing his first
You're doing a great job, mate. A great job. They'll love it.
set of intermediate tyres. He didn't feel the
He did a great job of managing them. Not only, right, was he picking them off one by one, using the extra overspeed, picking his perfect moment to. He was also managing the tyres at the same time. It's incredible, isn't it? He's got that much technical excellence that he can drive hard to make his way through the field and manage them at the same time. Yeah, that's incredible, isn't it? Incredible. Having that aerodynamics of his car disturbed, which would therefore meaning that it's likely to not give you the best grip because the aerodynamic effect of your wings of your car are not operating in the best possible, most efficient manner. Therefore, you're going to get some sort of slide on your car, which is going to cause extra tyre wear. But Max is able to manage all that for tyre management and conserve those tyres. Incredible. Oh, Super Max.
need to pit when the heavy rain was coming or
Max didn't feel the need to pit. Oh, this is incredible strategy. This is incredible strategy.
incoming. He didn't feel the need to panic. He was in a good position. He just wanted to wait.
Oh, because everybody else panicked, did they? Everybody panicked. Or was it simply people tried to take advantage of a situation which was virtual safety car. If we pit now, and we're going to need to change these tyres, because with fresher tyres, hopefully the tread will be deeper, allowing you to disperse more water, giving you greater contact with the road and more grip. So it's highly unlikely, I don't know what the rule is relating to whether a tyre change is mandatory in the wet. What isn't mandatory is in a dry race, it's mandatory you use 2 different tyre compounds. So you have to use either, for example, the medium and the hard, or the medium and the soft, or the soft and the hard. You have to use 2 tyre compounds. That is a mandatory requirement, hence a mandatory pit stop in a dry race. In a wet race, then you have to use appropriate tyres, which is not the slick tyres where there's a differing compound of tyres. You can choose to use the intermediates, or you can choose to go on to full wets. I don't think it's not mandatory that you have to use both the intermediates and the full wets. You can use just one of those, but whether you have to change those part way through the race, I don't know the actual legalities of that. I don't really care. But the actual reality is the tyres are going to wear, and therefore the depth of tread is going to wear, and therefore it might be advantageous to change them for additional grip. Otherwise, you might wear down to a point where these intermediate tyres with that tread on them, well, that tread's almost disappeared, and your ability of that tyre to disperse the water is gone, and effectively you're driving around in the wet on something that's become a slick tyre, and therefore you're not going to have the grip, and it's going to slow you down, or you're going to go crashing out. So if you can't eke a set of tyres out for 70 odd laps, which is unlikely, again, I don't know the durability of an intermediate tyre, then you're going to need to change. You're going to need to make a pit stop. The other teams have decided, well, we're going to need to change these tyres anyway, and therefore let's try and change these tyres at a point where we're going to lose less time relative to everybody else. And if we can do that during a virtual safety car or a safety car, then that could be beneficial. The timing of a safety car may not be beneficial. Now, as it happens, when that safety car was deployed before the red flag caused by Colapinto, had Max Verstappen have pitted then, he would have lost a significant amount of time. He wouldn't have actually benefited because of the deployment of that safety car and the way that them cars would have then bunched. Had Max have pitted then what would have happened is a lot of cars would have gone by whilst he was in the pits, dropping him right back down the field again. So Red Bull didn't do that. And then a couple of laps later, red flag. Oh, free change now. Oh, what incredible strategy. Oh, who could have predicted the Colapinto crash? What incredible strategy. Now, this is one of the technical excellent masterpieces. This is one of the secrets which makes Max Verstappen's performance so incredible. That incredible strategy.
And see what happens. He didn't overreact. It was not changing from.
So it was an overreaction by the other teams to decide, okay, this might be a good time to change our tyres. Or shall we wait for the red flag, which might never happen? Oh, we've got a chance here of potentially saving ourselves some time. Shall we use that? Yeah, let's try and use that. Oh, we've panicked. Have they panicked, or have they just tried to use what they thought, what appeared to be a period of time whereby they might have got a cheapest pit stop, but just as they're executing that, oh, virtual safety car ending. No advantage for you, lads. Unlucky for you. You've committed to coming into the pits, and now we're ending this, so the rest of the cars out on track can speed back up. That was them panicking, was it?
Wet to dry. It was not changing from dry to wet. It was going from wet to very wet, and Max was more than happy and more than comfortable to see what happens in that situation.
Oh, it's going from wet to very wet. Lads, a lot of you probably won't experience that, okay? Just due to the kind of people you are, you probably won't experience that. But Max is very comfortable with that, and he was happy to see where it went.
That is not luck. That is skill. That is ability to look after the tires, predict the grip that he's going to have when it starts.
That's the ability to look after the tyres. Okay. That's not luck. Okay. So how old were the tyres at that point? About 30 laps old. And he'd been conserving them, making his way through the field and managing the tyres. The other drivers, do you think that they couldn't have done that? on the tyres that they started the race on? Do you think their tyres were obliterated by then? Do you think that they'd got to a point where they had to change their tyres because them tyres had lost all of their grip? Or the other drivers, they just went, okay, virtual safety car, let's try and get a cheap pit stop. Red Bull, oh, the virtual safety car has ended now. You can't get the cheap pit stop. Oh, safety car now. Oh, actually, if we pit now, then we're going to drop back down the field. Let's see how this goes. Oh, red flag. Oh, now we get a free one. Celebrate good times. Come on. What technical excellence that is. Oh, the secrets of Max's success. Incredible.
It's raining and hang in there and take track.
Oh, it's Max's ability that got that to happen. Oh, it's Max's ability that's so better than everybody else that caused that to happen.
Position. As it turns out, Lando pits for a new set of new intermediate tyres. George pits for a new set of new intermediate.
Yeah, Charles did as well. Yeah, so Charles got out of Max's way to pit, dropping him behind Max. Lando pits for them tyres, dropping him behind Max. George pits for those tyres, dropping him behind Max. But Max doesn't have to pit for them tyres, dropping him behind all them three again. No, no, no. Max gets it for free. Gets to keep that position ahead of all them and gets the tyres for free. Oh, this is Max's technical excellence. This is Max's secret. Oh, this guy is... Oh, this is what makes him a three-time world champion. The greatest driver you've ever seen in this sport.
Tyres. Franco Colapinto stacks it into the wall, and we have Max Verstappen in.
Yeah, under a safety car. Under a safety. I thought 48.13 meant that if they call the safety car in, then that means the safety car's got to come in, whatever happens during the safety car period. Yeah, because that overrides everything else. Oh yeah, you know that unlapping procedure that you have to do in a safety car situation. What happened when they red flagged it? Oh, did it, was it Bottas? Was he lapped? I'd have to go and review this. I can't be bothered. But didn't they send out a car? Did they send out a car first, sent him around the track, so that he then unlapped and joined the back of the pack, and then they sent him out behind the safety car to resume the race? Oh, what's going on there then? Oh, that's the procedure. Never mind. Nobody understands it because you're all lied to about it. Anyway.
P2 with a red flag. That is where Max gained the upper hand on Lando Norris. That is where the position switched, and
that's where he gained the upper hand. So let's just go through that bit again.
Colapinto stacks it into the wall, and we have Max Verstappen in P2 with a red flag. That is where Max gained the upper hand on Lando Norris. That is where the position switched.
Yes, absolutely right. That's the first bit of sense this lad has talked. Is this one of the secrets of Max's excellence? Is this the masterclass, or is that just, yeah, that happened? Was that luck? Was that judgment? Did you know what was going to go on? Did you anticipate the red flag? Did you anticipate the Colapinto stacking it into the wall during a safety car period? You didn't pit under safety car, did you? That wouldn't have been advantageous. Oh, but it is advantageous to pit under red.
And that is where Max took the track position, and you...
Okay, there you go. There's the masterclass, isn't it? Max took 3 positions even when they weren't racing. That's incredible, isn't it? Max is able to take 3 of them without even racing. That is the genius of Max Verstappen. Max can even overtake you when you're not racing. This guy is a genius.
You will never see that Red Bull again for the rest of that race.
And then you wouldn't see that Red Bull again. Why is that? Oh, because of the amount of spray coming off the back end of it. You can't see, can you? Oh, so you just have to hold back a bit. Oh, and then, we'll see if he comes to this.
Once Max Verstappen puts on a new set of intermediate compound tyres in the pit lane, you will never see him again. He will run off.
No, that's not how it worked, is it? Because Esteban Ocon was gapping him, weren't he? Yeah, Esteban Ocon, after that red flag, was in the lead, and he pulled out 3.5 seconds at least, and it took a safety car for it to be neutralised again for Max to get that ground back again, and a restart after that safety car, after Carlos Sainz had gone into the wall, for Max to then be given the next chance of catching the car in front of him.
Into the distance. So at this point, he's behind.
We talked about Ollie Behrman just waving Max by. Have we talked about Yuki Tsunoda? Would have also waved Max by. Who's Max picked off lap after lap after lap now? How many overtakes has Max actually done? So he did gain 6 places on the first lap. He's overtaken Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton's driving a shit car, sabotaged. He's overtaken Fernando Alonso. Alonso's waved him by. Behrman will have waved him by. Tsunoda will have waved him by. Leclerc, Norris, Russell. Max manages to pass them when they've gone in the pits and Max has stayed out on track. Oh, that's how Max picks them off one by one. I can't even remember what happened with Gasly. Don't really care. Ocon's still ahead of him.
Behind Esteban Ocon, he's got one more spot to go to get into the lead of the race, and we're just barely over halfway through the race. So Esteban does a good job initially pulling away in that situation, but then Carlos Sainz stacks it into.
Is it not a masterclass from Esteban?
The one we have ourselves another safety car. And what happens now? It's a question of restarts. Who reads the restart better?
Who reads the restart better? Oh, this is one of Max's technical masterclasses. I mean, Max has had plenty of practice in restarting from second, hasn't he?
Who's more familiar with where the race is going to kick off?
Yeah, who's more familiar with this? Oh, that'd be Max, wouldn't it?
Who can predict when Esteban Ocon is going to go as well?
Esteban can predict that best because Esteban's the guy that's going to do it, but he didn't do it particularly well. He didn't do it at a point in time where he could get the jump on somebody else. Really quite poor from Esteban Ocon. But is Esteban Ocon one of the top drivers in the sport? What kind of a challenge really is Esteban Ocon? How much of an achievement is it to beat Esteban Ocon in the sport of Formula One? Especially when Esteban Ocon is driving an Alpine and you are driving a Red Bull. Even if you're not driving Red Bull, how many other drivers can beat Esteban Ocon in the sport of Formula One? Let me know what you think. Oh, but this is where Max shows how great he is by being able to overtake Esteban Ocon. That makes everybody great in the sport by being able to overtake Esteban Ocon, does it? Really? Okay.
As well, and who can compete and fight for the inside into turn one?
Yeah, it's just like, no. Who would have thought that Max would have sent something up the inside going into turn one? Who would have thought that? Who would have thought? Who on earth would think to defend a manoeuvre like that? Nobody would think to defend that, would they? You just leave it wide open. Yeah, send Max round the outside and then drive across the track so that outside line disappears and there's no space left on track for Max. How about we play Max at Max's game? Cover the inside off, drive the other car off track on exit of the corner and say, oh, but I got to the apex first and I'm allowed to drive the other car off that track. In fact, there's nothing in the regulations that say I have to stay on the track. I'm fully entitled to drive the other car off track. I know the regulations just as well as Max does. Oh no, but I'm not as much of a genius as Max.
It is, of course, Max Verstappen. When the light goes green and we're under full racing conditions again, Max dives for the inside. The classic signature move that he's done.
Oh, the signature move. The signature move, the dive up the inside that Esteban didn't think that was coming. Esteban's not the sharpest tool in the box.
On all of the previous other 10 cars that he's passed in that position.
All of the previous 10 cars he's passed in that position before. Hang on a minute. Are we talking about 2016 now? Or are we talking about this year? Because he didn't pass 10 cars this race in that position, did he? He started as the 15th car. You're telling us that he overtook Behrman just off the line. So there's one car. So if he's the 15th car, he's got to make 14 overtakes. Right? Behrman's off the line, wasn't into turn one. Then as he's gone around turn three, he's probably overtaken 4 or 5 cars there. That's not going into turn one, is it? No, it's not. I'll answer that question for you. So of the 6 on lap 1, they weren't by diving up the inside going into turn 1. Okay? So therefore he's now got to make what? I've lost count. He's got to overtake what? Another 7? No, 8. He's overtaken 6. He's got to gain another 14 positions. So he's got to make 8 overtakes. I think he overtook Lewis Hamilton going into turn 1. Lewis has got no faith in his car that his car can challenge around there. I think he might have done Fernando along there. Where did Behrman open the door for him? Might have been there. Behrman, I can't remember where. Ollie Behrman. Am I talking about the right guy now? I'm talking Lawson. Sorry, aren't I? Liam Lawson. Where did he roll the red carpet out? Where did Yuki Tsunoda roll the red carpet out? Can't remember the Gasly move. What about? Well, actually, he didn't overtake Lando Norris. He didn't overtake George Russell. He didn't overtake Charles Leclerc on the track. It wasn't a signature move up the inside at turn 1, was it? But you're telling us of the previous 10 other cars he passed. Let's just rewind this. See if I've got this guy wrong.
The classic signature move that he's done on all of the previous other 10 cars that he's passed in that position before.
Thanks for your valuable insight, Colin.
And he finally gets into the race lead. Now, to make matters worse, guys, and underline his technical excellence in this race, that is the start.
Oh, to underline all the technical excellence that you've already described.
The ability to look after the tyres, the turn ones, the strategies, the restarts. Now,
the ability to look after those tyres, yeah, okay, so that was ability to look after them, right? The turn ones, the fast. Right, here we go.
Now Max is in clean air and he's got lap time for days. He executes.
He's got lap time for days. Okay, mate, you're not 12, okay? Stop talking like a 12-year-old. Oh, bro got lap time for days. Bruh got lap time for days. Innit? Word. Yeah, or whatever these whippersnappers say these days. These youngsters, okay, with their invented new language. Sick, innit? I'm down with children, and so I know all of the lingo. Yes, Max has got lap time for days and executes fastest lap after fastest lap.
Fastest lap after fastest lap after fastest lap after fastest.
Because he's got lap time for days.
The laps and combines 17 straight fastest laps.
Oh, how do you manage that? I wonder. Okay, right. Let me just paint a picture, okay, of your imagination. If you're a car and there is nothing in front of you creating spray, you can see the track in front of you, and therefore you can have the confidence to drive relatively fast. If you're not that car, you're following another car, and that car that's in front of you is kicking up a shitload of spray, and you can't see for shit. And therefore, by default, you're going to be slower. You don't have the same level of confidence to see the track that you're driving around, see where it is that the corners are going to be coming up, and know exactly what speed you can carry, where exactly to brake. Everything's slightly compromised. Therefore, you're not going to be able to drive fastest lap after fastest lap after fastest lap when you're in a train of cars that's kicking up spray, affecting your visibility. Oh, but Max Verstappen does fastest lap after fastest lap after fastest lap because he's got lap time for days. Look at this cocksucker.
On his way to building out a 20-second lead. So not only did Max
on his way
get into the lead and win that race,
So what was the gap that Esteban Ocon was building before it got rudely interrupted and all that gap got wiped out? Did Max lose the 20 seconds of time that would have put him behind the other faster cars in that race, which were the cars that were leading, which were George Russell, Lando Norris. Charles Leclerc has proven over the last few races that he has got the pace and was holding Max behind him till he pitted. Oh, Max didn't have to contend with them. They were the ones that were actually building the lead up, gapping Yuki Tsunoda in that RB. Oh, but now Max has got past them because of the pit stops and Max's amazing strategy. Oh, the lucky red flag, yeah. That's put Max out the front, and now Max can go faster than everybody else. Just like Lando and George could go faster than everybody else in the opening stages. And we always see them McLarens building pace later on in the race when the car's getting lighter. Oh, so they couldn't have gone faster later on. Oh, maybe. Oh, no, because they don't have the secrets that Max has.
He has gone on to dominate that race, guys. I can't begin to highlight to you how difficult this is to do in these conditions.
No, because Max isn't seeing that, you see. What you're seeing behind Max is what the other drivers see. See all that mist and shit? That's what they're seeing. What Max is looking out the front, right, is not that. Max is looking at a clear track because there's no car in front of him kicking or pull that spray. So let's not pretend that Max is driving through this cloud of mist all the time. He's not. That's why he's doing lap after lap after lap. That's why he can go faster than everybody else. That's why he can build that gap. Funny that. Even Esteban Ocon could start pulling a gap in the few laps he had before he was rudely interrupted.
And with everything that has just happened, which I've just mentioned in this video leading up to Max getting into the lead, it was an absolutely unbelievable wet weather drive. One of the final points to note.
Really? What did he do? Who in the top 6 of the World Championship did Max actually overtake? Oh, Oscar Piastri. Carlos Sainz started from the pit lane, was already behind. George Russell, Lando Norris and Charles Leclerc all pitted, and Max stayed out on track and overtook them and never got dropped back behind them by pitting himself. Never had to. So out of the top 6 in the World Championship, Max Verstappen overtook one of those drivers, the least experienced driver in wet conditions. What kind of accomplishment is that? But you can't begin to tell us how incredible that is. Oh, it's gone back here, hasn't he? What have I pressed there? Has he got fastest laps for days?
Way to building out a 20-second lead. So not only did Max get into the lead and win that race, he has gone on to dominate that race, guys. I can't begin to highlight to you how difficult this is to do in these conditions. And with everything that has just happened, which I've just mentioned in this video leading up to Max getting into the lead, it was an absolutely unbelievable wet weather drive. One of the final points to note is that Max Verstappen has not put a foot wrong the whole race.
Max Verstappen has not put a foot wrong the whole race. Well, Charles Leclerc managed to defend against him, and Max lost some time when somebody who actually could defended against him. Other than that, everything seemed to fall into Max's lap. He picked a line around turn 3 where all the other cars were kind of follow your leader, and Max went, no, I'm staying out wide, so fair enough for that. Okay, nothing too genius about that. Right place, right time, and went for it. Had the ability to do it. Fair play. Nothing, I can't knock that. Other drivers would have had the ability, but weren't necessarily, the circumstances didn't enable them to do so. But fair enough, you can't detract from what he accomplished on the first lap. Beyond that, then what? Who was he racing? Lewis Hamilton in a shit car. Fernando Alonso in a shit car that's going to let him through. Two B teammates that are going to let him through. Oscar Piastri, inexperienced in them conditions, didn't really put up a fight. 3 cars that could put up a fight, well, they just got out of his way by pitting, and Max didn't pit, and the pit stop strategy. Well, Red Bull got the benefit of that. So there's 3 of the guys that could have challenged for victory of that race, just taken out of the race, essentially. And then he's behind Ocon, who's not the best driver, in not the best car. Ocon still starts building a gap on him. And it takes a second bite of the cherry, or the third bite of the cherry, for Max to finally pass him and then race off into the distance. And you want to tell us that that's some sort of masterclass? You want to inform us that that's some incredible drive? Oh, that's the narrative, isn't it? That's what they want us to believe. But it wasn't.
saw cars in the wall. We saw cars not making it to the grid. We saw Lando not understanding the lights when it was an aborted start.
Look at all these lads. They're having a lovely time. They're celebrating good times as if they've done something that was incredible. Yeah, yeah.
We saw drivers struggling with their fitness. We've seen a
We saw drivers struggling with their fitness. Where did we see that?
variety of different mistakes and errors and weaknesses in other drivers.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Not a single lockup was made from Max Emilian Verstappen in the 20.
Not a single lockup. Why was that then? Is he got the comfort back with the brake pedal that he hasn't had for the last few races? What's changed there? Is he, the wet's giving him all the feel back, has it? Yeah, not a single mistake.
2024 Brazilian Grand Prix. It was a perfect drive and it was an absolute masterclass. It was a demonstration and an exhibit.
A masterclass and a demonstration of what? Being in the right place at the right time, coming up against cars that aren't going to fight you, having B team drivers that are going to wave you through, having three of the cars that could have the ability to beat you, their races being nullified, ultimately massively impacted by the fact that there's a red flag enabling Max to get a free pit stop, a free tyre change. And this is somehow a masterclass and an exhibit of technical excellence, is it? Technical excellence, is it? That this man that's the master of technical excellence has just explained to you was a display of technical excellence using all the secrets of how to drive single seat races. Because that's what he is. I'm the special. I told you my credentials at the start of this video. I coach people in single seat racing. I'm going to tell you the secrets and explain all the technical excellence. That was it. Unbelievable.
Technical excellence and mental resilience. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, learned something from it. If you did, ask me a question or have a comment in the comment section below. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel moving forward. We will be doing a Las Vegas preview and of course a race analysis for the rest of the races in 2024. Thanks for watching.
So the strap-on fanboy will be straight there. Okay, so whatever your number of subscribers is, expect to see that increase. You're on 3,420, somewhere in that region. I've probably got about 500 strap-on fanboys here, so you probably get 500 more. You'll be close to 4,000 if you ever come up on my recommended shit again. I hope not, because that was awful. But if you want to watch something good, go and watch the Cock and Balls podcast, okay, from FF1. And no way Cameron F1 said this about Max, because Cameron gets roasted by FF1. It's well worth a watch. This was a lengthy endurance one of exposing a cock. Anyway, thank you for your time. Go and enjoy some of FF1 stuff now. Cheers.